Believe it or not, I had never seen Steven Universe until I started watching it for this review. I'd always heard really great things about it, but in the age of technology there are so many things competing for your attention, so I never got around to watching it. The pilot episode first aired back in July of 2013, with season 1 premiering on November 4 of the same year. The first season contains a whopping 52 11-minute episodes, and took until March of 2015 for all the episodes to air. I'm not sure why there were so many episodes in this first season, as the following 3 seasons have all had around 25 or 26 episodes. Even the people working on the show don't know why the first season is significantly longer, as writer Matt Burnett tweeted he had no idea why the change happened, but it hasn't had any effect on how the show has been made. The show was created by Rebecca Sugar, and has received widespread critical acclaim for its writing, themes, and art. It was also nominated for a Primetime Emmy for the episode Lion 3, straight to video in 2015, but lost to fellow Cartoon Network show Adventure Time. But enough about all that, let's get stuck into the review.
Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and Steven!
I have to start off by saying that Steven Universe is easily one of the very best cartoons I have ever seen. It nails absolutely everything, and definitely deserves all the praise that has been heaped onto it. Steven Universe is essentially about the Crystal Gems, a group of people with mystical powers who defend Earth. Steven's mother was a gem, but in order to give birth to him she had to sacrifice herself, and now Steven has inherited her powers. First thing I have to mention is that the show is beautiful to look at. The art style is great, and the way they use colour really helps with the tone and feeling of different scenes and episodes. It also showcases a lot of environments and locations that are just downright cool and fun to look at. So many different places are showcased throughout the season, and exploring them with the characters is always enjoyable. The show is also hilarious. The jokes always hit the mark, and Steven's sense of humour just works so well.
Okay, obviously, you're not into this game.
There's even an episode that's basically entirely just a parody of Dragon Ball. It also gets much of its humour from the kooky side characters, like Onion, who is incredibly funny despite barely being in the show. Speaking of side characters, most of them are fleshed out and given backstories throughout the season. Most of the episodes take place in Beach City, so to have these minor characters who appear often helps make it feel like a lived-in world of people, rather than just characters used to populate the background. Similarly, the main characters are each given deep backstories. Seeing what Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst were like before Steven was around and when his mother was still around helps you really get to know who they are.
Since ancient times, the Crystal Gems have been the guardians of humanity. Today, only 3 remain. Garnet.
Let's do it.
Amethyst.
Come on, guys!
Pearl.
Hold on tight.
But now a new hero of unknown power has emerged to join the Gems. And this hero's name is Steven.
Anyone want a wet bagel?
Steven Universe, a new series coming next month only on Cartoon Network.
Steven Universe combines the typical slice of life cartoon with one of a more fantastical nature. Many episodes will be about Steven's relationship with his dad or other people in the town, with some fantastical element being thrown in, while other episodes will heavily focus on the Crystal Gems protecting Earth. The show also has an overarching plot, something you don't often see in cartoons. The continual plot thread for the first season is about Steven discovering and trying to learn his powers, as well as the Gems preparing for Earth to be attacked by Peridot. Watching Steven learn how to use his powers is often very touching, and creates some genuinely sweet moments. He tries so hard to fit in and pull his weight, and you're always wanting to see him succeed. Steven often feels like he's not good enough to be part of the Crystal Gems, and worries he'll never master his powers. Everyone can relate to feeling like they're not good enough or they're not talented enough to succeed, so these stories are made extra poignant. Steven learning to use his powers also just creates some awesome episodes and pays off with some epic moments where he's finally able to use a specific power. I also really loved Steven's relationship with his dad. It's just such a beautiful relationship, and I loved all the episodes featuring Steven and Greg hanging out, because it always led to hilarious situations, but at the same time incredibly sweet moments.
Look! It's the Crystal Gems! Steven Universe! Save Beach City! Do something! Oh no! Here comes Peridot from Homeworld! Instead of watching these gems, why don't you watch the gems in Steven Universe The Return on DVD? Join the real Crystal Gems in 12 action-packed episodes as they face off against the Homeworld Gems.
How dare you!
So what are you waiting for?
Follow the funky blue.
Steven Universe The Return on DVD. Own it today.
Music plays a big part throughout Steven Universe. From the pilot episode where Steven actually comes up with the show's theme song, songs are featured heavily. Usually I'd hate shows that heavily feature musical numbers, but here they just work perfectly, combining a mix of humour and catchiness. The background music is pretty damn great too. It often sounds very video gamey, and I think it fits in very well with the style of the show and the tone.
Danger is my middle name.
That's a lie. Your middle name is Cutie Pie.
Steven Universe is one of the best shows I've watched in a long time. It nails the humour aspect that makes shows like Adventure Time and Regular Show great, but it also provides an overarching plot to help keep you hooked. I always find a series with an overarching plot much stronger than one without it, so to see it here is refreshing. I know having a continuous plot is looked down upon by kids show executives because it hurts the ability for kids to just watch any random episode that's on and understand what's going on, but I think Steven Universe proves that you can be successful doing this. As long as you craft your episodes so they can be enjoyed by themselves, but also offer a little advancement of the plot, an overarching plot can do wonders for a cartoon. I couldn't recommend Steven Universe more highly, and of the shows I've watched so far, I'd have to say this is by far the best.